everyone, it's Alex again.
Hi everybody, it's Miss Jessica.
Miss Jessica, can we go around the world again?
Well, of course we can, Alex. That's the beauty of living in New York City. It's a gateway to so many different nations and cultures.
'Cause we're, culturally diverse, right?
You got it exactly. Great job remembering, Alex. When a city is culturally diverse, it means that there are all different kinds of people from all different kinds of places. We not only embrace them, we embrace their art, their food, their traditions, their music, their culture. We should embrace everybody.
Well, I have my very special New York Magic Big Apple all ready. Where can we explore today?
Let me grab our destination bowl. Are you all ready? Drum roll, please. Wow, this week we are going to the Philippines.
The Philippines, all right.
And I have a very special friend who knows all about the Philippines.
Wow!
Alex, all around the world. Alex, all around the world. The magic New York City Big Apple will take you where you wanna go. Get ready for adventures. Learning about different cultures. Grab your imagination. Explore another nation with Alex all around the world. Alex all around the world. And it's all right here in our city. Let's see where we're going this week.
Hey, I'm Gideon.
Hi, everyone. This is my friend Gideon.
Magandang araw. Ito ang kaibigan ko, si Gideon.
Gideon, what are you saying?
Oh, I'm just translating what you're saying into Tagalog.
Tagalog? Wait, that's that Filipino language you were telling me about.
Yes, it's the language my father's family speaks.
Well, I thought you said you never even got to learn it.
Well, Alex, you're right about that. And that's just about all the Tagalog I know. But I'm working on learning it.
Maybe I can learn too. I want to know all about the Philippines.
Well, of course, Alex. Let's see.
The Philippines are an archipelago country in the West Pacific near Southeast Asia. An archipelago is an island chain, and there are over 7,000 islands in the Philippines, and they're all incredibly diverse. In fact, while the national language is Tagalog or Filipino, there are almost 200 different languages spoken there. One thing they have in common is almost none of them have the letter F, so don't be surprised if you hear a lot of Filipinos call the country the Philippines. More on how they got their name later. People have been living in the Philippines for a long time, 700,000 years. Also, like a lot of other Pacific islands, historians believe people sailed and rowed from as far away as India and Indonesia to settle these islands 4,000 years ago. We don't know what they call their new home, but the Filipino word for town or neighborhood to this day is barangay, which is very similar to the name of a type of Filipino boat, balangay. So if someone lives in your neighborhood in the Philippines, it's kind of like you're in the same boat. The first known name for this archipelago appears on documents by Chinese merchants in 1318. They called the islands Mayi. It was over 200 years later when a succession of Spanish voyages stumbled upon these islands, and on one of them, they named the islands the Philippines for Prince Philip of Spain. The name stuck, and so did the Spanish, who exerted their influence for almost 400 years when the Filipinos fought for their independence. But then, after the Spanish-American War in 1898, the United States claimed the Philippines as their own colony. Filipinos would truly gain their independence in 1946. It's been a rocky ride, but the Filipino spirit is a cheerful one. We love to laugh, to act, and to sing, and we love to cook and to eat. Filipinos today live all around the world, including New York City. We love our families and we love our home. And we've taken all those influences wherever we go and have made them our own.
Oh, so that's why we're going to learn how to make this Filipino bread.
Correct. Do you remember what it's called?
Pandesal.
Very good, Alex. Pandesal is actually Spanish for salted bread. But this bread isn't too salty. It's actually sweet and buttery.
Oh,
Yeah, you see, the Philippines is full of all kinds of different influences, like American, Chinese, and Spanish, but Filipinos always find a way of making things their own.
Gideon, the timer's going off.
You know what that means, Alex?
Bread time!
Okay, let me see if the dough's risen.
Now remember, everyone, if you're making this recipe at home, it's always important to have a grown-up around in case you need the oven or the stove or a whisk or a food processor or even just to tell you how much time's left to wait.
It looks like our dough hasn't really risen yet.
It looks a little squishy.
Yeah. Why don't we just give it more time? The recipe said it could be 30 minutes or more.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
It needs more time.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think let's give it a full hour.
Full hour, got it.
I don't know what went wrong, Alex. It's still squishy and hasn't risen.
Well, that's okay. We can always look at your Lola's recipe again and see what went wrong.
Okay, let me have a look at it. Ingredients, flour, check, milk, butter, sugar, salt. Alex, I didn't put the yeast in.
Oh no! But how was the bread supposed to?
It's supposed to rise.
Didn't your Lola put it in their recipe to use yeast?
She did, but I didn't put it in. This is actually my first time making it. I think I messed it up. Oh.
It's okay, Gideon. It's okay. I don't really need a snack right now either.
Yeah?
Yeah. Maybe there's something else you can show me from the Philippines.
Well, there's a song I can play that might cheer us up.
I love songs. What's it called?
It's called Saugoy ng Duyan.
Sayanggoy nan. I'm not saying that right, but what's it about?
Saugoy ng Duyan, it's actually a lullaby, and it means the swing of the cradle. I just learned it, so bear with me, okay?
Let's listen to Mr. Gideon sing.
Sana'y di nagmali ang dati kong araw. Nang munti pang bata sa piling ni nanay. Nais kong maulit ang awit niyang mahal. Nawit ng pag-ibig habang ako'y nasa duyan. Sa aking pagtulog naglapis ang himbing. Ang bantay ko'y tala, ang tanod ko'y bituin. Sa piling ni nanay, langit ay buhay. Puso kong may dusa, sabog-sagoy ng duyan.
That was such a nice song.
Thank you, Alex. That's very nice of you to say.
What is it about?
Oh, it's about trying to remember a song your mother used to sing to you when you were little, and then feeling safe and better when you do.
You know, I could feel that from the singing and the music.
Thank you, Alex. You know, it's funny you should say that. Can I tell you something about the writers?
Sure.
Well, in 1943, a young man named Lucio San Pedro wrote the music, and just the music. Now, this was during World War II, which was a very hard time for the Philippines.
Mm-hmm.
And he wrote it to make himself feel better and to enter a songwriting contest.
Did he win the contest?
Well, Lucio couldn't even enter in because he didn't have the words.
Oh no! Well, how did he get the words?
Well, 4 years later, Lucio actually came here to New York City to study in Juilliard. And then he started, we went back home on a boat, and at a stop in Honolulu,
Wait.
you know where that is?
That's in Hawaii.
Correct. And in Honolulu, that's where he met Levi Solario. And on the boat ride back, Levi heard the music and was so inspired that he wrote the words. And that was the first song they wrote together. And they would both become nationally recognized artists in the Philippines. And everyone knows that lullaby.
You know, that's a good lesson.
What's that, Alex?
That even in hard times, we can make great friends and still make great things.
You know what? You're right, Alex. And you know what? There's one more thing that we can make together.
What's that?
Halo Halo! It's something friends make.
Yay! Let's go to the kitchen. I'm ready.
All right, excellent. So Halo Halo isn't something I discovered or had until I made it to the Philippines and visited for the first time. And with the recipes we have, they have lots of different ingredients and kinds of fruits. But really, with Halo Halo, you can put in all kinds of different things. Like, the basics you need are some shaved ice. So if you have some crushed ice, you can use that. And I have a 1/4 cup of milk. And I'm gonna add a teaspoon of sugar to that milk. And mix it up. You mix yours up too, Alex. Very good, Alex. You know, Halo Halo actually means mix, mix.
Really?
Yeah, and this isn't the only mixing we're gonna be doing. Okay, I think this is mixed in real good. So, I'm gonna add it to my ice. Now here's the fun part. Now if you have some of the ingredients, like we have in that recipe, you can add jackfruit, and mango, and all these other fruits. But today, I have blueberries.
Ooh.
And if you ever go to a shop that has Halo Halo, they have all kinds of different ingredients. Kind of like making a sundae in a way. Sometimes people even put in like gummy bears and stuff like that.
I'm gonna keep making Halo Halo with Mr. Gideon. Hey, Miss Jessica, can you let us know about some places in New York City that may have some Filipino culture?
Absolutely, Alex, yes. If you wanted to visit Woodside, Queens, it's also known as Little Manila, and Manila is the capital of the Philippines.
Really? That's so cool.
Yeah, and if you're feeling kind of hungry, you can get some more Halo Halo with Gideon at Mama Fina's House of Filipino Sisig in New York City or in New Jersey.
Wow. I loved visiting the Philippines today, and I loved visiting PR last week.
Oh yes, isn't it so much fun to explore, Alex?
Yeah. Do you think that next week we can go someplace else?
Without a doubt, absolutely we can, Alex.
Well, everyone at home, thank you so much for joining us today. And I can't wait, because guess what? We are going to go all around the world.
Yes, I'm so excited. I cannot wait. Thank you so much, everybody. We'll see you soon.
Bye.